Let us try to solve the exercise number 7 in the part B of PHP lab. In this particular exercise, we are supposed to create a PHP MySQL program that features a book shopping form. It takes book number, book title, price and quantity, and an option to choose a book code. When these things are inputted, the application must show the discounted amount as well as the net bill amount. Additionally, it must store the bill data in a table. Also, they have given the discount rate for the different book code like 101, 102, 103. And they have said that find the discount amount as well as net bill amount and display the bill. So these things we are supposed to do it. So let's go ahead and let's start with the PHP application. I'm going to go to the NetBeans and I'm going to click on File, New Project, and I'm going to select the PHP as my application. I'm going to click Next. And generally, the NetBeans is intelligent enough to detect the htdoc folder, and I'm going to say book details, anything you can say, or book bill. That will be easier, I suppose, as my project name. I'm going to go to the next. There is nothing much to be done over here, and I'm going to just finish it off. So the project is created for us, and we are supposed to accept a few things from the book, and let's do that thing. You notice that initially it's going to say that there is a template that you can say change it, but I'm not interested in that. So I'm going to go ahead with this part. So let's go and create a form that's going to take the details which are given in the exercise. And what are the details that they have given here is we are supposed to get the book number, book title, price, and a book code. So let's get this one. So I'm going to start with a form here. So let's start with the form. So I will start with the form, and I'm going to say for and slash form, and I'm going to present it in a table. So I'm going to use a table for my purpose, and you know that a table has rows and let's say tr, and there is a row, and there will be two columns within it. So I'm going to say td and td, and the first column I'm going to just paste it or whatever I've copied from there. So first column will be book number, let it be there, and I'm going to just make the correction later. And I'm going to use the td one more time, and I'm going to say input, and I'm going to say type is equal to see, the first one is the whatever they have given here is the book number, so it is there already, but I'm going to take it as a text. It's up to you. It may be a text number also, and name I'm going to give it as book number, BK number. Okay, that's all. I don't want anything else here, and I'm going to copy this, Control C, and I'm going to paste it one more time. And now I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to take this one as a number. So this will be book number, and that's it. Remaining is not required. For the next one, I'm going to just make it as a title. That's why I took everything here in one shot. So the Control C and Control V one more time. Naturally, I have to change this one as book name, so I'm going to make it as book name. Then we have the price here. Okay, so I'm going to make this one as a price. I will take it as simple price, and I'm going to just copy this one, Control C and Control V, and quantity. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's make it as quantity, and that's done. And I'm going to take it as a variable name as qty. And apart from this, we are supposed to do something else also. and what they have said is a bit contradicting. And they have said that all of these, what is this one? All these are the inputs that we are supposed to take it. But they said that choose the book code. So what is the meaning of saying choose the option to choose a book code? That could be a bit uh, contradicting. But I'm going to write here as a book code. Let me write it as a code. Now, why did I wrote only not the book here is you can always go here and inside the form you can just use H3 and say enter book details. So that way, let's say enter book details. If you do this one, what is going to happen is H3. You don't have to write this book number, book, and so on and so forth. You can straight away write this one. So just put the title here. How come these are not deleted? So you can say book number, title, price. So these are going to be very straightforward thing. So if you notice, you can reduce the typing here by just writing enter book details, and then the number of the book number, price, quantity, and code. So this will be easier one. Now the next one is how do you get the option code? Now this is only if you forget the things during the examination. Generally, you're not supposed to forget how to get the options. Now, if at all you really don't know how to get it, then you can go to this Windows and you have an option for under IDE tools. You get an option for pellet because you have studied the HTML in the last semester, you might have forgotten this one. And we need this drop down selection. So what I did was I went here to ideal IDE tools and then palette. Under this HTML form, you get this drop down list. You can just keep the cursor here and double click or click and drag, one and the same. You just keep it here. And it says the name is the book code. I'm going to say B code. Okay, number of options you can keep it 2 as of now and just keep it. So this is the one. If you forgot the how to get the drop down list, then you can think of using. Generally you know it. If you know it, well and good. If you don't know, just put this thing over here. There is a you can instead of losing all the marks for silly things, you can definitely go ahead and do that thing. I'm going to put all these numbers here: 101, 102, 103, and so on. So let's say 101 is the first choice, 102 is the second choice, and I'm going to just go ahead, Control C and Control V a few times. Okay, 103, 104, 105, and what are the things that they said? 102, 3, 4, 5. Okay, because why did I do this thing is because they said option to choose. Okay, so this is a bit contradicting. Option to choose means what does it mean? So you are supposed to choose from the given choices, not to type your own thing. That is the meaning. What I feel is correct, but it could be other interpretation. But I'm going to use this option. Let me save it and let me right click and just say run this particular file so that you can see what is the output of this particular code here. This is what you get when you run this particular code. So you are supposed to type the book number, some book number 101 something, some title, some price, let's say some price, some quantity, and then you are supposed to choose. That is what they said. Choose from the given option. That is what I feel. That is why I put the drop down here. Okay, that being done, and we need a button for submitting this one. So I'm going to just copy this tr. You can copy any one of them, tr. I need one button there, so I'm going to just copy this one. I copied it. So first column will be blank, and then I'm going to use I'm going to delete this select. Remember, I copied it. It is still there. The previous one is still there. So here I'm going to just say what I can say is input type is equal to submit. Okay. Type is submit. Okay. The spelling must be submit. Okay. Name is equal to say bill button. You can give it any name here. Value is say generate bill. You can write anything. Generate bill. Yeah, something very long. I have put, okay, but something like that. Okay, so let's refresh it and just see what is going to happen. So generate bill. So you type all of them and say generate bill, and the bill will come next to you. So as simple as that. So let's go ahead and let's finish off the few things. I'm going to go right at the top and check whether this button is clicked. What is this button? That is the bill button. This is the name I gave to the button that you have over here, even though it shows generate bill, but the variable name that you have given is bill button. So let's check whether that bill button is there. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say if okay is set. So let's say is set. What is that? Uh, I'm going to use the request. You can use the post method. By the way, I have not put any method over here. So let me write a method here and say this method is post. Okay, say post. Okay, you can use underscore post here, but it's up to you. Okay, I feel like request is the best choice that because it's going to handle both of them. So what is this? I think I have not copied it. You can double click here, Control C. See, I'm copying it because you know, sometime even if you are very careful, you will do a spelling mistake. Instead of writing BILL, you just type BIL, and the whole thing will break. You don't know what has happened. So what is the better option is double click on it, Control C from here, and double click here, Control V here. So that will be easier. Okay. So there is one extra over here. Okay, so what is that I'm done is even though I have not typed here method equal to post, this is going to work because request is going to handle both post and get method. So even if you don't write it, the request is going to handle it. So what I am writing here is so I am checking whether the request contains this button. So this is the button. Whether this contains any value for that particular button. That means whether this button was clicked. That is what I'm trying to check. If this button is checked, what is it? Is the set means if this button is clicked, then what is that we are going to do? In order to generate it, we need all the details which are supplied. That is bill number, title, price, quantity, code. All of them are required. So one after the other, let's get all of them. So I'm going to say book number is dollar underscore. Okay. Then I'm going to use the request. Remember, you can always use this post here. Okay. Can use post here. I'm going to use the request because I feel even if you forget during the examination, even if you forget this method equal to post, it's going to work. Okay. So that's the reason. So what is the first thing? First thing, remember, this is the variable name. So you must understand this is the variable name and you must use the same name that you have typed here without the spelling mistake. If you do the spelling mistake, it's going to be a terrible problem. So let me control select this one. So just press here, press the down arrow, hold the shift and press the down arrow, Control C and then Control V. Next one is book name. Let me say book NAME. And what is the name? BKNAME. See, I'm double clicking on this one. Just double click here, Control C and Control V. So this is it. I'm going to copy this few times so that I don't have to do it every time. So I think that is enough. So what is the next thing that you have? What is the next thing that you have here is you have price here, Control C, and I'm going to use Control C here. This is the book name, and we have price here. Okay, and what else we have? The next thing that I have is the quantity, Control C, and I'm going to double click here, Control V, and I'm going to make it as Control V, QTY, done. Okay, the dollar I missed it here. And the last thing that we have here is the book code, and I taken it as a B code. So I'm going to just say, and the variable name also I'm going to use it as book code. So what I have done is book code. What I've done here is I have created the variables for all the inputs which are supplied over here, and I am reading all the inputs and then storing it in this particular variable. Now, what are the things that they have said? They have said that you have to calculate the discount amount, and the discount amount they have given is for anything else the discount amount is 5%. So let's start with the anything else story. So let's assume that the discount amount is 5, that is 5%. Now this is for anything else. Suppose if the book code is equal to 101, then what is the amount? The book code, where is it gone? So if the book code is 101, the amount is 15%, then 20%, then 25%. So let's go ahead and let's do that thing. Then the discount is the person that they have given. So what is the percentage that they have given? 15, not 10, sorry, the 15%. Okay. Else, let's go with the else part. Else, okay, I'm going to just delete this one. Else if, let me go ahead with that. Else if the book code is 102, then this is going to be 20%. Then this is going to be 20%. Again, I'm going to copy this, Control C and Control V. Else if the book code is 103, the discount is 25%. That is what they have given. So 15, 20, 25, that's it. Otherwise, it's already there. Otherwise, it is 5%. It's already, the minimum value is already taken. Now, what else we need to compute? So what they have said is there are a few things that we are supposed to compute. What are the few things? We have to calculate the discount amount and a discount bill. So what are the net bill? So let's look at that particular thing. So I'm going to calculate. This is not really required. Okay, I'm going to calculate the gross total. Gross total. Now this is not required, but I'm going to just make it as gross total. What is gross total is say how many items you are purchasing. Let's say you have forget about the book number and that. That's not going to make any difference. You have price of the book is 100 rupees, and you are purchasing 5 such books. So what is one book is 100 rupees, you are purchasing 5 such book. What is the total? Is 500 rupees. So this gross total is this whatever is the price into the quantity. So that will be the gross total. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say price into quantity will be your gross total. Okay, now I'm going to calculate the discount amount, AMT. What is the discount amount? Okay, whatever is the gross total, on that you are going to multiply the discount amount. So discount could be 10%, 15%, 25%, whatever it is. So you are going to multiply it with the discount amount, I mean discount percentage. However, this is in percentage, remember. So whatever I have taken it in percentage, so naturally you have to divide it by 100. So I'm going to divide it by 100. So this is 10, 20, it's percentage. Okay, so they have given in percentage. So just divide it by 100. So you get the discount amount. What will be the net amount? So net amount will be whatever is the gross amount that your gross total that you are calculating. Let me make it as should I make it as gross amount? That will be sorry about that. Rather than making it gross total, let me make it as gross amount. So that will be easier, I suppose, to understand. Okay, so otherwise, what is this gross total? Somebody may say that a gross amount minus whatever discount that somebody is taking. So discount DISC, where is the dollar gone? So DISC amount. So this is what we are supposed to do it. Okay, and we are supposed to show that particular bill. As simple as that. So you have calculated all these things. Let's show that particular bill. Now remember, I can show this whole thing here, but if you start doing it, this is my form. You can directly, you can do that particular thing. The reason is if you simply put the value here, you are going to end up in trouble. So I'm going to put the PHP here. Okay, and one more PHP. Now I'm going to put one if condition. Now some of you may be thinking that why don't you write a whole thing here and then show the table? I'm going to come back to that particular thing, why I have done this part here right at the top and why I am doing it at the other. Just wait for a few minutes and you will understand why I did that thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's run the same old story. Now, if you are not good in typing, you can just copy this thing. If is set button, that means if the button is clicked, you calculate. If the button is clicked, if this button is clicked, you calculate the net bill and all those things and then show the output. So that is what I'm going to do. So if this button is clicked, you are supposed to show the table. Now I'm going to break this PHP here and I'm going to start the PHP here. So I'm going to break this PHP in here. So in between what you have is HTML, and in the HTML you are supposed to show all the details one after the other. So I'm not going to type this whole table again. I already have the table with me. So I'm going to copy from here till the table. So the right from the here, enter book details, that whole thing I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go to the table, the whole thing from this thing to the other thing. I'm going to just copy it and paste it. Remember, this is the first part of the PHP, this is the second part of the PHP, and if the request button is clicked, that is if this generate button is clicked, then you are going to show one more table. Okay, I think I have not copied it. It is not taking. Okay, let me do it one more time. The whole thing from here. Oh, sorry, where is it gone? Okay, so here up to here, Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Done. And I'm going to just say bill details rather than book details, bill details. Okay. Then you have the book number. If you want, you write book number. I'm going to just show the book number. Remember, here you are not going to show the text box, rather you are going to show equal to, and within this you're going to do it. What is that you are going to show is the book code, not the book code, book number, BK, where is it gone? Book number. You're going to show the book number. So right here in the first row, you're going to show the book number in front of it. In the same way, for the next one, I'm going to just copy this one and just paste it one after the other for all the others and then fix it. So I don't want to show, in other words, I don't want to show when the bill is shown, I don't want to show the text boxes. These are not really required. Okay. So wherever these text boxes are there, I'm going to just paste this code, and later I'm going to change this variable one after the other. So first I'm going to do this Control C and Control V business first. Then I'm going to come back and then fix them. Okay, and maybe this also I'm going to just fix it. Okay, wherever is the things are there. Now let's go with the first one. Book number is B number, and then if you know how to copy paste it, it's much easier. Then the next one is book name. Book name. Okay. Next one is the price, dollar price. It's done. Next one is dollar. What was it? Quantity, QTY. Done. Next one is a book code, and I'm going to just say B code. I think that's it. And after this, I'm going to say discount. Okay, discount, and I'm going to say dollar DISC, discount. And after this discount story, I'm going to put 1% because you know they have put the discount in percentage. So let's that percentage come here because that percentage is required. I'm going to copy this row, Control C, and I'm going to paste it 2 times. Okay, once the discount is there, then I'm going to say discount amount, and I'm going to say dollar DISC amount, discount amount. Remember, I will remove this percentage. Okay, so if you want, you put rupees in front of it, but I think that's all, not required. Okay, if at all, you can also put this is the discount amount, and maybe this is gross amount. I'm going to say gross amount. Okay, and I'm going to show dollar gross, and then I'm going to please the customer by putting this, that is the discounted amount. Discounted amount. Okay, and I'm going to show the last one, and what is this, not the discount, that is the net amount. Okay, show everything to the user. So this is going to be the gross amount with the discount. If you want, you can just place this one right at the top. So here after the B code, you can put it here. I'm going to copy pasting it so that the gross amount will come here, and then you have the discount, then you have the discount amount, and then finally you get the discounted amount. So let's run this one. I'm going to just right click and just run this particular file. And when I run this particular file, this is what it's going to do. Either let's see. So it's going to run it here, and let's say book number is 111. Okay, book title is a sample. Book price is 1000 rupees. Okay, quantity is 1. I'm going to just take one quantity, and this is going to be 15% discount. I'm going to say generate bill, and this is what you're going to get. Bill details, book number 101, sample, price, quantity, code, gross amount is, I think I forgot to remove this percentage. For few I removed the percentage, for the others I have not removed the percentage, and I'm going to go with that. This is 15% off, so you're going to get that value. So just a few corrections over here. One correction is this percentage. I just forgot to remove this percentage from two places while copy pasting. This is a copy paste error. Okay, also I would like to put one border for this particular table, so let me do that thing. Let me go here to the table, and in the table I'm going to put the border. Remember, border is not something that you are supposed to put, but I'm going to put the border as 2. Just for the convenience, I'm going to go ahead and let's try with the same thing. I'm going to just assume that I put the input here. I'm going to generate it, and this is how it's going to generate. The bill details are here, and what else you need to do is simultaneously what they've said is, let's go to the question. You are supposed to store it in the database. Okay, so first you come to this point. Well, that's very important. If you're not able to store it in the database for some reason, you show this output, you will get some marks. Okay, you may not get the marks for storing. Suppose if you fail, not that you will. Suppose if you are not able to store it in the database, for this particular thing, you get the marks. So don't worry. If you fail later thing, you come up to this point, and then you can go ahead and try to connect to the database. So I have xampp with me, and you have to see to it that in the xampp both mysql is also running, and definitely Apache should be running. Okay, go to the mysql admin. So just click on this mysql admin, and it will take you to the mysql admin page here. Okay, it will take you to this particular places. And what are you going to do? You just click on the databases. Just click on this databases, and in the database, it may take slightly a longer time. You have an option to create a database. So create a database. So remember, when you try to create if the database is already there, you can notice some databases are already there. Don't try to create the database which is already there. Create something which is not there. So let's say book DB. Now, yeah, after this, you may write your register number. Like if your register number is ending with 212, you can write book TB 212. Otherwise, what will happen is more than one student is working on the same machine. Everybody is going to create book TB, and some of them will delete the one that is created by the others, and that process will continue. But for my demonstration, I'm going to use book TB because I'm the only one who is using this machine. So in the lab, you can do book TB followed by your register number. Very, very important thing is do not put the spaces. So that's very, very critical thing is whenever you create a variable or whenever you create a name for something, don't put an habit of putting the spaces in between, because that's going to create too much of a trouble when you try to access them back. Okay. Let me create a table. Table is created. Sorry, the database is created, and it's going to say how many columns you require. Now they said that store everything in the database. Okay, and additionally store the full details of it. So just calculate how many columns you really need it. So if I go back here, how many columns you need it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 columns are required. I'm going to go and put 9 columns. Where is my 9 columns? Okay, here. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this one, and I'm going to say, okay, 9 columns. And what is the name of this particular thing? I'm going to just call it as a book TBL, book table. Okay, you can give anything, or bill details, any name you can give it. Okay, so if you don't like it, you can say bill details, anything you can say. Okay, uh, you don't have to put your register number inside it, because there will be only one table here. So just write book details, but see to it that you don't put the spaces for the table name. Just create it. 9 columns will be there. If you have created less number of columns, there is a provision for deleting them, so don't worry about it. Start with the first one. I'm going to say book number, b number. Okay, book number, it may be integer, it may be something. I will take it as a varchar. Okay, and I'm going to take it as 10 character. Okay, you may say that book number is a number. Who cares? You are not going to use it for doing any calculation, so it doesn't make any sense to you. If at all you want to make it primary key, you can go over here and make it as primary key. Okay, but be extremely careful. If you're making it as a primary key, I'm going to make the primary key. When you are inserting the records, don't contradict it. So what is the meaning of it is, if you make this one as primary key, the one that I am doing it now, if you have done that thing, when you are showing the demonstration, 101 is already used. Don't type that 111 again when you are showing the demonstration. So type the other number. Primary key cannot be repeated. So when you show the output, don't try to invite trouble. So if you make this as primary key, there is not, absolutely it is not required. But suppose if you have made this primary key, like the one that you have done and said go, and it's going to create it as a primary key, then remember, this number cannot repeat next time. It has to be a unique number. So that part you remember it. If you can't remember it, don't make it as a primary key. As simple as that. They have not asked us to do that thing. Okay, let's go ahead and let's put the this one. What is this book name? And what is this book name? Varchar. And maybe 200 characters. Who cares? Okay, as a book name may be there up to 200 character. And what else we have? Let's look at what else we have. Price, quantity, and code. So let's go with the price. Price, if you want integer, I think price can be decimal. Okay, decimal 10 comma 2. I suppose 10 comma 2 will be okay with that. Quantity, let it be integer. And what else you have? I think it is taking my old values that I have typed there. Don't worry about it. So it has remembered a few values there. Then you have the quantity code. Did I type the code there? So code, again, let it be integer. Book code, that is integer, let it be integer. And what else we have? We have here is gross amount, discount amount. A lot of things are there. So let's start with one after the other. So this is going to be gross amount, and I'm going to take it as a decimal 10 comma 2. Okay, some of them may say that why 10 comma 2. It is okay. It is not that discount. Okay, so discount, if you want, let it be integer, because 10%, 20%, they have done it like 5, 10, 15, like that. They have given integer values. Now tomorrow somebody may have some other option, and they may say that no, we will have 10.5% discount. In that case, let's go with the 10 comma 2 as the decimal value. And then what you have, discount amount. Okay, again 10 comma 2, and what else you have is net amount. Okay, so I think that's the last one, and again 10 comma 2 is the value. So this is what you have. So what I've created is the book number, price, book name, price, quantity, mm, book code, that is the code. If you want, I can make it as B code, book code, if at all you find it difficult to understand. Gross amount, discount, discount amount, net amount. So all these things are there, and I assume that the price is a decimal 10 comma 2, gross is a 10 comma 2, decimal is the discount is 10 comma 2, discount amount is 10 comma 2, net amount is 10 comma 2. I assume that all these are decimal. It's optional. Okay, it's not really required. I'm going to just save it. Just assume that it's going to save it, and you have an error in the net amount 10 comma 2, not null. What is this syntax error? Not null, amount 10, net amount 10. Oh, sorry, net amount, sorry, decimal. This one is also decimal. Wherever I have put, where is this decimal gone? Okay, wherever you have put this, it is not going. Okay. 10 comma 2 means it must be decimal. This must be decimal. This must be decimal. So this is decimal 10 comma 2. Discount amount decimal 10 comma 2. Discount is 10 comma 2. Gross amount is 10 comma 2. Book code is integer. Quantity is integer. Price is 10 comma 2. Okay, done. Let me save it, and it's done. It's going to create a table for me in this particular book. Now, once the database is created, you can just click on this database, and you can get the database here. Okay, details here. You can click on the browse, and you can see the content which is there in the database. There is nothing is there. So once your table is created, once your database is created, just click on this database, and it's going to show you all the tables which are there over here. For example, I'm going to click on this information schema is there. I'm going to just click on this plus sign. It's going to show me all the tables which are there within that particular database, and I can click on any one of them to get the details. Okay, so simple as that. Whatever it may be there, or it may need not be there, but you can see that particular thing. Now I am in the book details, so I'm going to click on the book details. That's my table, and it's going to show you all the book details which are there. Now if you click on this browse, it's going to show you how many records are there. As of now, there is nothing. So select star from bill details. Nothing is there because you have not inserted anything. So now it's a time to insert something into the database. Let's come back to the code here. So once this table is created, so you created this table that is going to show you. Let me show this one. So this table is created, the bill details is created. The next step is you're going to connect to the database, and then you are going to insert all the values into the database. So that's what you're going to do. So this table, if you notice that if request button is clicked, you are going to show the bill details table with all the things, book number, book name, and then so on and so forth. So this is what you are showing, book number, book name, and so on and so forth, everything you are showing. And finally you have the closing bracket of that if statement. So this if statement was there. If is set request and bill button, if this request is there, you are going to show this one. before closing this if statement. Remember that if statement closing bracket is there. Remember this if statement opening bracket was there before closing that if statement. Within that only you are going to do the magic. And what is the magic that you are going to do is you are going to connect to the database, and then you are going to insert something into the database. In order to connect to the database, we need a connection. So I'm going to create a variable called as connection, and I'm going to use the object oriented technique because you are studying about object oriented things. So I'm going to say new, and I'm going to say mysqli. So mysqli. Okay. Open this bracket, and when you open this bracket, if you try to open this bracket and press Control space, where is the thing? Let me do it one more time so that you get to this one. MySQL I. Okay, you have a lot of option over here. I'm going to select the option which has like this host name, the username, password, and the database. I'm going to connect to all of them. So first one is the host name. The host name is local host, which because you are running in the machine. So local host is the host name. Username, generally username is root for your XAMPP that you have installed. Generally nobody has given the username, other username. Suppose if your teacher has given other username, use that thing. And suppose if your teacher has said created a separate user ID for you, then use that thing. Generally it is not the case. So password is blank for that particular thing. And the last one that is to be used here is the database name. That is what is going to create a problem. Suppose if you put the spaces and other things, this will create a problem. But what is the name of our database? The name of our database is bookdb. So this is the name. So I'm going to use that one, bookdb. Bookdb, that is the name that I'm going to use it. I am not going to check whether it's going to connect to the database or not. I'm going to reduce that particular code. If it is not connecting, it's going to break. Okay, that's simple as that. Okay. So you can say if a connection is null and so on, I'm going to reduce that statement. If it is not connecting, you are going to break that statement, the code there. Next, I'm going to go to the statement, and I'm going to say connection. Okay, and I'm going to call prepare statement. Okay, I don't know whether this is there or not, but prepared is one of the easiest one. So suppose if you want to insert something into the thing, you can always do that thing. You can prepare the statement and then start binding it one after the other. This is a good technique that you can think of using it. Now suppose if you don't know how to write the insert statement, you can always go here, and then you can think of inserting something from here by clicking on the insert, and this particular what is this PHP is going to help you with that thing. So just book code 101, let's say name sample. Okay, and price is 100 rupees, quantity is 1 rupees, book code is 101. Okay, then let me make it as 555 as a book number. Okay, and some discount amount. Okay, 12 rupees discount, that is gross amount 100, discount amount 15 rupees. The discount is 15%. This is 50, the 85 is the total, and whatever this is 15 again, and this is 85. So let's do that particular thing. And what you get know is you can get preview SQL. That is what you require, and this is what you are going to get it. So you just go here, insert, and then type the values and just say preview SQL. You are going to get that SQL statement. Okay, if you find it, I don't know how to write the SQL statement, just get this SQL statement, Control C from here, get it back, and Control V, and just paste it outside first, so that you know what you have typed here. Okay, you can create a what to say variable here, and say SQL is equal to and inside double quotes you can type all these things, one up to here. You can create this one. Okay, and only thing that you are supposed to do here is you can try it. Okay, not that you have to do it. You can try this one. If suppose you forgot how to write the query, you can try this one. So just get the hint how to write this thing, but I'm not going to try that thing because in the examination it's no, it's like I don't think so anybody will come without preparing for the examination. So I'm going to just make this one as slightly easier to read. There is nothing wrong in it because I feel that that's too much. Okay, when I press the insert button there. Okay, so this gross amount up to here, this is done. Discount amount, this is done. This is done. Now because I'm using prepared statement, now there is one minor problem. If you're using this prepared statement, let me put a semicolon here so that things are okay. Now I'm just reduced it because if you put the back quote there, it's going to be unnecessary complication. So that is what I feel like. Now here, because I'm using prepared statement, all these values you have to put the question mark. So for the prepared statement, because these are going to be parameter. What is the meaning of it is there will be a parameter that will replace, that will automatically get these values. So you don't need to type this value. You are going to get those values from there. So that is the meaning for saying question mark here. Somebody is going to supply those values, parameters value, and they will be replaced at runtime. So that is the meaning. So this is what is the meaning of putting question mark. All the values are replaced by question mark. Okay, you can create this variable and then like this, then you can go over here and then prepared statement, and you can say dollar $SQL because that statement you have already created, and then you can do this. Okay, let me format it so that it looks great. Okay, done. So you have created insert into book details, book number, book details, price, quantity, and so on and so forth. And you have put all of them, answer for all of them as question marks. Values are all question marks because they are going to be replaced with that. Okay. Next one, we have to replace it. How do we replace that thing? So let's go to the statement stmt, and I'm going to say bind parameters. Okay, now when you have the bind parameter, first thing you have to specify is how many parameters will come and what are the values for this particular parameter. So you here is something that you must be extremely careful. Remember, this is a string. So for string, you say yes. Book name is also string. You say yes. Okay. Book price, you said it is decimal. Okay, so you put D here. Book quantity, you said integer, you put I here. Okay, so what is that I'm showing here is when you create, let me close this one and let me go to the structure of this particular table. Okay, let me say okay, and let me show the structure of this particular table. You notice that book number is character, that is a string. Book name is character. Book price is decimal. Quantity is integer. This one, the book code is integer. So that is what I'm putting over here. So integer means I, and what is the other one that you have is decimal. Decimal is this 2 I is there. So this is what is from where up to here I came. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Remaining 4 gross amount. Let's look at this one. This gross amount, discount amount, net amount. All of them are decimal. So DDD for decimal. String it is yes. Decimal it is D. Integer it is I. So it's simple as that. So you can always remember that particular thing. So how many D I have to put? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me put a 4 D here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Altogether, how many things were there? You created 9 from here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this must be there. Then you have to start replacing the values. So what are the values which are there? First variable is book number. Next variable is book name. Next variable is price. Okay. Next one is quantity. I took quantity as integer because nobody is going to sell you half the book, 3/4 of a book. So they will sell the whole book there. So next one is the code. What is the name that you have is a book code, I suppose. Okay. Then you have we'll just compare here, gross amount. Then you have this gross amount. So I'm going to say gross amount. Then you're going to say discount. Next one is a discount. I'm just replacing these values. I'm supplying the values for them. So next one is the discount amount, and the last one happens to be the net amount. Okay, so that's net amount. Okay, that's it. You're done. Okay, with that, things are done there. Let me execute it. So I'm going to just execute it. So how do you execute it? You go to the statement stmt, okay, and you say execute. Execute. Okay. Now execute is going to return. Where is the execute story? It's going to return a boolean saying whether it is success or false. Okay, so I'm going to execute it, and I'm going to put it inside if statement. If, and I'm going to say execute this statement. If it is true, that means it has executed. If it is false, it has not executed. Okay, so you are going to say if it is true, I'm going to say echo, and I'm going to say h4, let's say bill details are saved, h4. Otherwise, let me put a semicolon here. Let me click Control C and Control V here. Bill details are not saved. So this is much faster. So you can reduce typing there. Okay. After this, if you really want, you can close the connection. You can say connection dot close. Okay, done. Okay, did I do anything wrong? Okay, that's being done. Let me go back and let's run this one. Let's see whether how many errors I'm going to get it. Let's just run it and just see for myself how many things are going to work. So if I go to this particular browser, I'm going to say book number is 101 sample or anything. Okay, book is 103, and I'm going to say generate bill, and it's going to say book details are saved into the database. So let me go to the database over here, and I'm going to go to the browse. Remember, I'm in the same table. I'm in the same table, that is book details. Okay, you can notice over here book DB, and book details is my table, and I'm going to just click on this browse, and I'm going to get the details that are saved over here. So if you want, you can you save one more thing over here. Okay. If you want, you can save, let's say one. Remember, in the examination, this mistake you don't do it. Suppose if you have made it as a primary key, that's a very important thing. Don't make this mistake. This has to be, if this is one more book, I'm going to say next sample. Price is 1,000 rupees. This 105 because quantity is 2. Generate the bill, and book details are saved. Let's look at this in action. Okay, So your amount will be saved here. Now this is only for those who really want to do something extra from that. It's only for them. Now when you generate this bill, the bill details are not shown here. What if you want to show those bill details? So that's only thing. This is only for those who see when the bill is generated, the actual value, the original values are not shown here. What if you really want to show them on the thing? It's going to be terribly lengthier one, but if at all you want to show it, you can definitely show them. I'm going to just show that particular thing. Remember, this is not required for your examination. If you just generate this, well and good, it's all done. You don't need to do something extra from this thing. So your all the details are already saved into the database. 1,000 rupees too has been saved. So let's go ahead and let me do this part. Okay, that part is extra. You can stop the video if you don't feel like getting that thing done. So I'm going to generate a few variable. First one, the book number here, and I'm going to put this one. All these variable that I'm putting, I'm just initializing them. Okay, I'm going to initialize them. Okay, one after the other. That's what I told you. It is going to be a lengthier process, but you have to bear the thing. If at all you feel like if you have time, you do it. Otherwise, not really required. It's not something that is required. Okay, that one, and you have book code. So these are the input that the person is supplying us, and I'm just creating the variable for that. Let me format it. Okay, so and then I'm going to put those variables in this thing. So these variables are there. Initially they will be blank. Remember, there is no space in between. They are just blank one. There is no space, just blank. Null string will be there inside this. Now I'm going to go here. I have created input, and the one that you notice over here, all these where is it gone, all these things what you notice over here, all of them I'm going to just store the values for them. So I'm going to say for the first one, value. Okay, so for this one, the value, if the old value is blank, initial value is blank, if they have typed the old value, I'm going to display it here. How do I display it here? You know very well, question mark equal to this, and then you say a dollar book number. So you show that old value there. You have to do it for all of them. So I'm going to just copy it, Control C and Control V here. Okay. Second one is book name, B name. Show that. For the next one, it is a price. I'm going to just show the value there. Next one is a price. I'm going to show it. Next one is the quantity. However, when it comes to the this is going to be quantity. Up to here things are good, but after this the things are going to become a bit nasty over here. Here you have to make one selection. Based on which one is selected, you have to make that selection again. So this is going to be a bit challenging one. However, it's not a thing. If you want something else to be selected, you know very well, you have to make it as selected. If this word is there in front of the item, then that item will be, by default, that item will be selected. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to use again this one, same thing. However, I'm going to use the ternary operator. So I'm going to just say if the code that is given by the user, if that is equal to 101, okay, if that is equal to 101, then it is selected. This part is selected. Okay. Otherwise, nothing else has to be done. So this is what I'm going to do it. So just remove some spaces here. So what is the meaning of it is, if the book code that is selected initially, if the book code selected is 101, then this will be selected. If the book code is 102, this will be selected. So I'm going to just use the same thing. Remember, I'm putting inside this option. Okay, I'm putting it inside this option. If this is 102, this will be selected. Similarly, if this is 103, this will be selected. If this is 104, I'm putting it inside. Say if this is 104, this will be selected. If this is 105, let me put it here. This will be selected. 105, this will be selected. Okay, done. Okay, so let me format it and then give it a try. So let's run it. Oh, book code. Oh, sorry. One minor problem. Book code I have not initialized here. Where is this book code? Book code initial value. I'm going to supply it as 101 because book code cannot be 0 because we are comparing it. Book code I'm going to take it as 101. Otherwise, you get this error. Okay, undefined book code because book code is blank there. So one of them has to be there. Let me try and run it this time. I think, oh yeah, one minor problem. I taken it as B code, but I'm searching for, yeah, this is B code. Variable is B code. The variable name is B code, not the code. This is B code. This is going to be B code. Done. Okay, so I took the variable name as B code and I've taken the initial value as 101 because let the first one option be selected. That will be selected by default. Okay, just run it. All the things are there. Book number is 113. C programming. Price is 285. 236.5 rupees. Two quantities. I'm going to select the book code as this one. Generate the bill. Bill details are saved and you notice the thing here. Now this time the difference here is the old values are retained. All that trouble that you've taken is to retain back the old values. In the previous case, this was blank. When you submitted the book, this was blank. You notice that this is still there and the my thing, that is the selection 104 is still there. So that is what I've done. If you go to the where is this database? Let me go to the database. Where is my database gone? Okay, my database is here. And if I click on browse here, and I must be able to get the details. My machine is taking more time. Okay, C programming, and you notice all the values are come. Hope all the values are proper there. Okay, hopefully done. That's all. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the next exercise. Thank you.